Let's go.
Luton came into the second leg with Rob Edwards promising to be more physical, which was quite a statement from the team that has committed more fouls in the league than any other side. And it was a message that they took to heart from the start. There were some quite obvious fouls that...
And then to come in and...
Bizarrely, this, for example, was given as a free kick to Luton.
The same here. Let's have a look at this challenge.
It's one of them, isn't it, that he goes in for the... They're both entitled to win the ball. It's because he actually lands on top.
Even the crowd were intent on being more physical with us. I'd really rather have liked to have seen this fan dragged from his seat and battened out of the ground, but it turns out that failure to control their fans didn't warrant any punishment at all for Luton Town. In truth, it would not be a reflection of the game to claim that we could have done better were it not for Luton's overly physical approach. Luton started the game well, unlike at the Stadium of Light. Here, they were able to dictate much of the first half play by getting their wing-backs forward in a way they hadn't in the first leg. Doughty and Drameh consistently put high crosses into the box to cause us difficulty. When their wing-backs were unable to push forward, Luton would then pound the long ball with an aim of winning the second ball.
That's lying on it, isn't there, for both sides?
These two elements worked well for Luton as they controlled the first half, and just like the first leg, they scored an early goal from a corner in the 10th minute.
In goes that corner kick. It's headed down by Lockyer and it's put in. And Gabriel Osho from close range has put Luton in front on the night and levelled the tie.
I think it's Tom Lockyer that goes up for the header. It's a little bit messy in that 6-yard. When it just falls to you that range, you just want to make sure that you're hitting the target. There's still a melee and a crowd of players on the line.
That makes 4 corners Luton have had in the 2 ties so far, and they've scored from 3 of them. That statistic alone pretty much says all you need to know about the tie. Sunderland were not without chances though, and almost immediately after conceding there was a clear and obvious penalty that was given as a corner.
Ekwah is in there, Luko 9 is in there, and it's a great save at the near post to deny Ekwah, and the ball, well, Sunderland are appealing, handball.
Some have said there is nothing the defender can do about this, but I'm going to take the word of Keith Hackett, former FIFA-listed referee, former Premier League referee, listed in the top 100 international referees of all time, trainer of top-flight referees for the FA, and author of numerous You Are the Ref books, and Hackett's Law, a notebook for referees. He thought it was a clear penalty. The defender's arm is away from his body, making his body shape larger than normal, creating an unfair advantage. It should have been a penalty. Maybe things would have been different had it been given. Perhaps we'd have pushed on more. Instead, we were under siege for most of the rest of the half, and only desperate defending. Luko 9 clearing off the line from a stranded Pato.
He was in the penalty area. Jordan Clark's arrived, and the goalkeeper has dropped it. Morris is blocked on the line twice blocked on the line. It's going to be a goal kick to Sunderland, but how close did Sunderland come to being 2-0 down here?
Well, this is where Patterson got it all wrong, didn't he? And then it's a ricochet, it's a pinball machine in there, and Luko 9 manages to...
Technology telling us that has not crossed the line, and you can just see a sliver of the ball, actually, and with the naked eye, but the technology confirming no goal.
An outstanding save from Pato himself kept the score down.
And it goes from Jordan Clark. It's a fantastic save from Patterson. Looks certain to have been here from...
Had the power on, but he still forces a big right arm away from his goal. He has to claw it away because...
But just before half-time, the second goal came for Luton from another high ball, with their captain Lockyer burying the header.
In goes the corner, headed out by Ekwah, collected by Drameh. Curled back in by Alfie. Doughty and into the net! Tom Lockyer, the Luton skipper, with a flying header.
Somebody get on the end of this ball. It's got pace, it's whipped in towards goal. And I tell you what, just the run from Tom Lockyer makes everything because he gets the advantage on any defender that stood still in the box, and because of that, any contact towards goal which he gets.
And we went in at the half, 2-0 down, struggling to get any headway going. At half-time, we found ourselves in the familiar position of having to score. But the first moments of the second half did not all go well, and it was more of the same, with the danger of a third Luton goal and the match running away from us.
But Luton Town, very much with the momentum in their favour at the start of the second half. Has the half-time interval just made a difference which might favour Sunderland, given them a chance to regroup and draw some breath? Because at times in that first half it was very, very difficult for them indeed. And that missed kick from Luko Nyan, and that one puts them right in trouble, and what a miss by Clark. 20 seconds into the second half, Luko Nyan with a complete miss kick, and then Patterson with another, and it should be 3-0.
This should be game set, it really should, and I'm just wondering what he's actually thinking. I can see he's trying to catch Patterson out in goal. I think he's got to have another touch maybe. And then he does narrow the angle.
A sparkling moment from Amad saw him side through the Luton defence on the byline.
Forward, the corner has been played short to Amad Diallo. Diallo nicking inside Doughty beautifully and travelling along the goal line. Look at the response that's got from those visiting supporters. Super run.
Have a look at the skill and the confidence from Diallo.
But that moment aside, there was little to shout about. That prompted a change, with Alese coming on as a sub in the 55th minute.
And Alese is coming on. It's a central defender in place of Alex Pritchard, who's an attacking midfielder. So
our shape changed, and this allowed Roberts to press forward more. But in truth, we fared only marginally better. Patrick Roberts had to clear 2 balls in a row off the line.
Delivery once more, headed away by Roberts on the near post.
I'll tell you what, he had to head that away because that was going in the goal. It was.
Clark's delivery, and off the line again. Roberts was there.
Shot. Very unlucky. This is the one cleared off the line, isn't it, from that man, Patrick Roberts again. Just moments before, just clearing one at the near post again, having to do his defensive duties.
And then went on an amazing run that almost led to a goal.
With Alese on the left, allowing Roberts to not dispense with his defensive duties, but at least concentrate on his attacking flair. And here he goes, Roberts. What a run, this is Roberts! Has it been deflected? He says corner, he hasn't got it. It's a magnificent run.
I seem to say that almost led to a goal a lot with him, but you can't fault his effort tonight. He was exhausted in the role he was asked to play.
We are 18 minutes into the second half. Sunderland are...
Although Luton visibly tired in the last 20 and Mowbray brought on Michu, Barr and Huggins, we had few chances to change the game.
And the other change, we'll see Abdullah Barr coming on for Dan Neil. And again,
as time drew up, Kirill looked as anxious as we did. Hey, that's a nice gilet you have there. In a final effort, Pato came up for a late corner.
That's a good ball. And it might open up for Niall Huggins here. Alese in the middle, it's put behind for a corner. Amari Bell. Luton aren't there yet, Sunderland aren't done yet. Is there a twist in the tail? Forward comes the goalkeeper, Patterson. Surely not. Surely not the goalkeeper. 80 seconds or 75 seconds to go. In goes the Sunderland corner kick. It's headed away, I think, by Osho.
And Luton subsequently missed a chance to end the game in front of an empty goal.
And it's 3-1, and they can finish it here, surely. It's Cody Drameh. It's Cody Drameh wide of the post.
I really cannot. Unbelievable work by Tom Lockyer. How on earth? Cody Drameh is taking himself further away from the goal rather than driving into a more central area.
That is a shocking miss, really. And that was that. The whistle went, and with it, our chance was gone, in a game that we never really looked like getting what we needed from.
Luton don't know why we're still playing. We're not now. Luton Town are heading to Wembley.
Sure, we might have done things differently. There's a lot we could analyse here, and you could make a good case for starters to say that Mowbray should have been much more aware of the likely levels of aggression and speed Luton would demonstrate at the start of the game at home, and selected a back four to start, bringing Pritchard on later in the game when they inevitably would be tired, but he didn't, and the other questions don't need solving either. There are no more games to play. But you know what? The season is done now. Who knows what might have been? I do know that it's been the most wonderful season back. We've achieved far in excess of what we all thought possible, and with a decimated squad, we've played some of the most beautiful football in the past 20 years of our history. I love my football club, and I haven't always been able to say that in recent years. See you next time. This season might be over, but I will be back with a full season review, and that will be a happy thing to watch. I'll also bring you some lowdown on new signings if and when we get them, so if you want to keep in touch, drop me a sub.